hello, my cocktail kit and caboodles. This is your host, Blue Waters, and I'm coming to you live from Be Exposed Radio with my socialites for another cocktail social. Say hey, everybody.
Hey.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? That's not what you wanted.
Is that not what you wanted?
No.
Hey. Hi.
No, do it again, Nate. Let me see something. Something started happening when you did that voice. Do it again.
Never mind. I'm gonna keep it to myself. I don't want it to happen again.
When you did the what's up, that almost did something.
It did something.
That almost made the cat rise.
Oh wow. Wow.
If
don't let that happen again.
If you're joining us, this is the Kocktail Social. If you've been following us, I hope you've grabbed your cocktails. This is Be Exposed Radio. This is the Adult Happy Hour. You are always putting something in your mouth.
You said the cocktail. I don't do cocktails, so I ordered from the kitchen.
So what do you have? You have something against cock or tails? Which one?
No grudge. No grudge.
Which one? I just want to know.
No grudge. No grudge.
Mr. Gilmore, hey.
What's going on?
What's going on, Big Pimpin'? Oh, what are we drinking?
Butter whiskey.
Ooh, peanut butter whiskey.
Oh wow.
He was talking about that last week.
Good as shit.
Peanut butter whiskey. There's a peanut butter liqueur?
Sheepdog.
Yes.
Hello.
Ain't nothing like a sheepdog.
Can you taste the peanut butter or the peanut in it?
Huh?
It's kind of like a buttery nipple.
Oh shit!
I like buttery nipples.
I don't like nipples.
But it's like a little bit richer though. It's real good. Strong is a bit too. It's good.
Oh, okay.
All right for the buttery nipples. I'm not nothing wrong with the buttered nipple. Hi, Miss Mazel.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
I'm sorry, I ain't got my camera on because I was trying to log in on my computer, and I'm having issues with my computer. So
stay on Pornhub.
Huh? Oh no, I don't go on Pornhub on my computer.
They also cite.
Shit. Nah, I don't do all that. Are we hunting the air?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we're hunting the air. There ain't shit going on. I mean, shit. I've been painting and what else I didn't do? That's pretty much about it. Been doing a little bit of crochet because I got some orders and stuff to do, but other than that.
Okay. Well, I'm waiting for well, first of all, hold on. You celebrated a birthday.
No, Miss Kate celebrated.
I was trying to get all of my Sagittarius that are in the house.
Oh yeah, mine ain't till next Thursday. Miss K's birthday was yesterday.
I know her birthday was yesterday. I was waiting for her to come in there so I can give a big old shout out and happy birthday. I was over there the day before and I was telling her a story that tickled her soul. But I'm gonna see. It's okay. That's you just coming up into it. Well, when she gets here, hopefully she gets here, but she may be celebrating. But if you are watching, Miss K, happy birthday to you, beloved.
Happy birthday. That was a mouthful.
Somebody offering a little bit more than birthday wishes over there. A little extra.
You heard how he said it too, didn't you? It was a whole.
He sound like he got a buttery nipple right now. Greased up.
I don't have to grease my nipples up.
He
said they're already oily, darling.
Oh no! I'm going to bow out of that prepackaged greased nipple. Uh,
Ew.
I was like sitting there like, ew, a greasy nipple.
Not a
Not
prepackaged grease nipple.
It came pre-greased.
greased
No,
nipple.
no, it gotta be gross. It's that's past tense gross.
It's gross. It's a gross nipple.
Mm.
Look, Nate said, how dare you talk about these luscious areolas?
Areola.
Well, let's get right into it. We had some wonderful questions and topics that I saw, and I don't know where to start because I don't know which one is good. Now, oh, you know what? The one about the Israeli space, the a guy that retired from the Israeli space program, who allegedly stated that there were aliens and they were waiting for the human race to evolve to show their presence, and the government's supposed to know about it. What are your thoughts about that?
I believe him.
I believe him too.
I mean, but I like that he went even as far as says like we've already been to Mars. There's an underground station in Mars where the world has been working with the aliens from different planets, and they're all working together on Mars and shit like that. I was like, yeah,
Makes sense to me.
right.
I mean, what else? Look, what else they up there for? Ain't nothing up there but a bunch of red dust from what they let us know.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure. I think the misconception with aliens, not that I speak on behalf of all aliens,
I was about
but I
to
say,
say,
right.
Being a sponsor of the
are
alien
you
race.
the spokesperson?
I run the aliens. No, but I really feel like, we kind of put aliens in the context of Europeans, where we've been kind of bred to think that a group would come here, rage war, spread disease, colonize, and murder, and all that type of shit. That's European shit. So, I think aliens are probably a lot different than what we could really understand. And their goals and intents are probably very different from what human goals and intents are.
I agree. I think that
I fuck with them. I think they just don't want to come here. I think for real, they just lying to us. They like,
aliens got
they
like,
evolved. They like, fuck this place.
I think they already here because movies have a way of pre-shadowing
Yes.
life. And I always felt like the movie industry was working with the government to kind of, soften the blow of a future reality on us.
Oh, so you mean to tell me that we might be mutants that have powers and kill each other and all that?
Wouldn't that be the shit? When I want to kill each other, but I do want the power.
Something. Yup.
See, my luck, my ass would be like the fucking beast or some shit where I'm just like strong and hairy. I already got that shit.
Aren't you hairy now?
That already is my mutant power. I got
was
this.
about to say,
I'm about to say, like,
what would your mutant power be if you had one?
Who?
If you had a mutant power, what would it be?
What do I want it to be, or what would it be?
I would like to be a shapeshifter that actually, when I did change it to other people, I was able to use their powers as well. Something like more.
That's the same thing I said. That's the same.
I was about to say more. Dang. Good one.
I would want ooh.
Okay.
That was a nice effect. I like that.
Vocal sonic powers. Okay.
No, my power would be to emit a pheromone that would make people tell the truth and fall in love, and kind of keep them at to make them submit to me.
He'd be a rape mutant. Rape mutant.
You want to be you want to be Wonder Woman's lasso.
He fought and let people fall in love with him.
He's a rape whore.
No, so I didn't. If I touched you, it made it stronger. But it's a pheromone. So just by me being in your presence, I would admit like a perfume
baby,
that would make you.
Are we talking about X-Men or are we talking about Poison Ivy? What's going on?
No, actually, that is a Marvel. That
Yeah,
is
that is the
actually
X-Men where
yeah,
they basically influence people.
based off of
Mm.
their pheromones. Yeah, so I would want that or telepathy, just to be able to read someone's mind
You
and.
the last
Mhm.
person that need to have telepathy, baby. No.
But you don't trust that I would wield my powers with
Absolutely not.
responsibility.
Everybody else that laughed.
You be there told you what to do, and you sitting there like, why am I doing this?
Right.
I mean, I know how to wield my powers responsibly. How dare you?
Raybor, the mutant.
Mm-mm. No
And
more
what
group
was your
sessions for him. He have
what
everybody in
were
there
your
having sex with each other.
no, I wouldn't it wouldn't be just about sex. There's a lot of benefits to having the ability to read people's minds or
Mm.
to influence them to tell you the truth. So I
Mm.
mean, I could be an excellent lawyer
So you want to be
or
like a full-on Jean Grey where you have telepathy and telekinesis, or you just want telepathy?
you know what? The funny thing is that I always thought I loved Jean Grey was my favorite character in
Mhm.
all of Marvel.
She is my favorite. I ain't
She
gonna
is
lie,
my
she's my favorite.
favorite, and especially when she became the Phoenix. I
Mm.
think because she was the vessel for the Phoenix. I've always liked the mythology of the Phoenix Force, so I've always been like attached to that portion of the comics.
Mm.
Telepathy, telekinesis, any psionic ability has always made me somebody like that's always been my go-to. Even a White Queen, she was Emma Frost.
Emma
I,
Frost, yeah.
yeah, I liked her character. But I think that at some point I felt like Jean was overpowered in a sense. And I don't know if she was overpowered once. Well, I'll say this: she was overpowered when she became the Phoenix. That's when she was just a juggernaut. But
Technically, oh, never mind. I ain't getting this near. I ain't getting on doing this.
why not?
You
Come
know,
on, come on, no,
you about to get
no,
your Marvel,
Mr.
your Marvel
Gilmore.
nerd.
Look, y'all know the itch hit me. I was like, well,
Technically,
You are the resident. Come on now. This is
now.
what you do. This is what you like. And
So
I haven't been a full on comic book buff since I was a teenager, but I've always liked the mythologies. I've always liked the stories and stuff like that. But I always felt that when she was the Phoenix, she was the shit.
Yeah, she ain't topping Jonathan. Listen, if I was with another person, I would want to have Scarlet Witch's powers.
that's whose powers I want. I want Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch is not
But
she's stronger than
technically, Phoenix is not stronger than Scarlet Witch. I mean, Phoenix
No.
is stronger than Scarlet Witch.
She is.
only thing, but Phoenix can't control hers though.
Phoenix can control hers. What she
can.
couldn't control was when she was using the projection of Jean Grey. When Jean Grey, the human, took on the Phoenix power, then she could control it.
Oh, okay.
Like, I could really go deep into this shit. Y'all should see.
So
me
that's when she was the
comic
Dark
shop.
Phoenix.
Them niggas always think I'm about to rob them. I'm like, no, I really want comic books.
Yeah, I would definitely, and also, the way that they've depicted aliens in the movies kind of make me. I'm interested in seeing what they would actually look like.
I don't think they look too much different than us, to be honest.
I don't either, but I believe their interpretation of us may be different. I think that they would probably look at us like roaches. Like
Well, what if they look like roaches though?
Yeah.
Well,
And you get an
Can y'all
interview,
see
you gotta go
them?
to a job interview and they start integrating aliens into the workforce and you get interviewed by an oversized talking roach. Like
I'd die.
how most
I'd
people ain't
have
gonna be able
an
to process
asthma attack and
that.
just die. Just
Right.
yes, we can see you, Karen, and we can hear you.
yes, we can see you and hear you.
Okay. Well, there was I want to say there was like some Canadian government official who said that there were aliens among us. They're called the whites something. I'm trying to find the article
You gotta be white.
where
though.
they are
Mm.
no, because they
It
are
makes
they
sense that
almost
they would
look
be
like Caucasian albinos. Like they are
Oh, with the
very
white
pale
hair.
face. Yeah, they
Yeah,
have white hair.
I've
Those
seen
are
them
supposed to be the
portray them like
aliens that
that.
are among us
They really can't make up their
currently.
minds because then one part of them says that black people are aliens, and that's why we have the ability to build all that we build. Not the fact that we could just be fucking brilliant as shit. And then
I
there's
don't doubt it.
the other concept of, I think that it's very dismissive to believe that black people in their humanity are not powerful enough to manifest greatness. That we would have to be
From
some type
somewhere
of
else.
something. Like, granted, yes, scientifically we are made of stardust. That is just
Yeah.
what we are. But everyone is, I think, and it just pisses me off whenever I hear that you would try to denigrate black people to not still trying to be subhuman. Like, no, we the shit.
That's
But
how I feel.
So there
That's how
was
I
a
feel
guy.
when it,
I'm not sure what institution he worked for, but he used to work for, like, I want to say NASA or something. And he said that they did have pictures of aliens coming out of spaceships, and they were really tall black men, like not, maybe they were just black, and they were probably about maybe 8 to 10 feet tall. And he said that they had pictures and stuff of it. And at the NASA headquarters. Now, how true that is, who knows? But I mean,
I think you
it's
was
not
about to
that
say
hard to
something.
believe. I think we all aliens. Everybody on this planet. I mean, look at how many. I was talking about this earlier. That's crazy. How many different species of beings are on this planet? I mean, from bugs to rodents to reptiles, all types of stuff, and all of it is being sustained on this planet. So who's to say that a chicken is not just an alien from another planet that is quite delicious?
I think the what if though is, what if we are the most sophisticated thing in the universe?
You
What
said
if we
what
are
if-
What
the
is
most?
what?
What if we are the most sophisticated thing in the universe? I think that we like. I don't know.
I don't think so.
But, Nate, you wanted to say something. I'm sorry. I heard.
no, I was piggybacking off of what you said, but that's why I hate when we become these supernatural entertainers or intelligent people. They always put us in, oh, they must be, the Illuminati. Like, they always try to shrink us, and we have to be possessed by something else in order to be that great, because there's no other explanation for it.
Well, you know what? I ain't gonna say that because that'll come off real.
And and Nate, that is very true. They always try to put us in these boxes to try to minimize our intelligence, like the things that we are capable of doing. And so and I mean, even though I do believe in Illuminati, I do believe that's a real cult. But is it as bad as they put it out there? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not a part. But yeah, I do agree with what you and Jonathan are saying. I mean, that's exactly.
I think the Illuminati is no more than people who are enlightened and are very aware of what this planet and this universe really is. I think that's all that it is. I think that they're aware of, like, the aliens and all of the stuff that they keep from the masses. I think they're just aware of all of that, and because I mean, everybody can't handle the truth. I mean, let's be honest. Like, if it was if the aliens was to come down today or tomorrow, there's a lot of people, especially if they look different. We can't even get past skin color on this planet. So how you gonna get past somebody having 6 legs or superpowers or whatever? You know what I mean? Like,
I think that truth is subjective. I think that most things are subjective. I don't personally subscribe to just one finite idea to believe that one group has the answers. I think that there are multiple answers. I think that may be the road to enlightenment, is trying to figure out that there's not just one answer.
Right.
That's why I have very strong issues with people who are Christian that say that this is this and this is all it is, because that's not even what you were called to do within Christianity. Like, there's an idea, and there's an idea and a school of thought built around the idea that can evolve and can change. I think that is what the universe does. It evolves and changes. And I think that we, because of what we have seen and how we experience life right now, we don't see Earth as being amazing because we're on the inside of it.
Yeah.
And there's so much divinity, so much magic, so much amazing things happening that we only understand this much of. excuse me, that whenever we see anything that is fantastic, then it must be from outside of Earth, and not the fact that we're fucking amazing as well. And that maybe, and again, there may be, from what we deem as sophisticated, that the other planet of whoever those folks are, they look at us like, God damn, look at what they doing. But we just have this idea that we need to say that we're not enough and that they must be better. So we need to get their stuff before they do something to us because of whatever insecurities that we've been.
Well, I think a lot of it is fear. You know, I think it's fear that people think that, you know, there's other things out here that could be bigger or greater than us. And I think it's a fear thing. Like, you know, people just, you know, they don't want to believe that there's other things out there.
What if
Well,
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say there are several Netflix specials right now that are exposing all the information that has previously been withheld from Americans regarding aliens, such as Hangar 1, the Alien Files, and Bob Lazar, Area 51, and Flying Saucers, Extinction, America's Book of Secrets. I forget I can't remember the name of the one that I just recently watched, but basically it exposed the number of
sightings,
unidentified. Say it again.
Sightings.
No, the number of actual vehicles in the possession of the United States that belong to other planets. Yeah, we actually have them in our possessions. They actually have like bodies of other creatures from outside of our universe. So, Jonathan, the fact that they might be burying alien bodies on Green Mountain is not too far-fetched. And they said that the reason why they never told the U.S. is because of fear. Like you said, fear. They said that there have been several U.S. space projects where they tried to launch stuff into space only to see it like physically like stop, fizzle, and drop down. Because whatever entities are in the heavens that are patrolling see that we have some unique hard on for nuclear weapons, and they don't want that bullshit up there. So every time we try to do something dealing with nuclear weapons or nuclear science, they kill it. They see that we're. Go ahead.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I feel like the reason why there may be, if there was some alien life form or some extraterrestrial beings, one, I believe that they're limited, that their reason for keeping themselves in a low profile is because the fact that humans tend to weaponize everything.
Exactly.
They always tend to use it to kind of get rid of whatever or to dominate the other species in some way, shape, or form. And I believe that's just the egos of humans. And I think that they would probably see us, like I said, like roaches, like we're cancerous. We consume everything. We take over things.
Oh, parasite.
Or a parasite. And that they would probably see us more as a threat. And that would make sense to me, that they would want to kind of like, you know what, let's get rid of them because of our motives behind a lot. Now, I'm not speaking for everyone, but I'm just talking about the government. You just look at the fact what they do here as what they're doing now, just with each other. And I also believe that perhaps it's not something outside of the universe. Maybe we're living alongside it. So it's not so much that it's some from another planet. It's just maybe we're not aware of it being next to us.
Oh no, according to NBC News, there is currently a galactic federation that is in existence right now where we are kind of, it's almost like think of NATO but intergalactically, and they are basically waiting, the aliens are basically waiting for us to get our shit together.
But I
understand the fabric of the universe.
Well, again, if we can't even, I can understand that because it's like if we can't even get past the color of other people's skin on this planet, then how can you accept something that's outside of this planet? You know, so I mean, I believe that.
I think that also, even to just to use the skin thing, is that in the relativity of time of this earth, skin-based racism is really new.
Yeah.
And this, and time not being as linear as it really as we see it, that is a very new construct. So I don't think that anyone would in any way say, like, if an alien was looking 400 or 500 years ago, or 8 or 1,000 years ago, then skin wasn't an issue. Who knows what it was? I mean, everything on this planet has almost a violent way of moving, from bacteria to plants to animals. We all kind of move in a way of taking over something else in the name of evolution. Now, if that's not the way that somebody on Jupiter works, then they will look at that and say, "What the fuck is happening there?" And we're looking at Jupiter saying the same thing,
Right.
But again, I think one of my big things also with any documentary, please always make sure you look up who did the documentary, why they did the documentary, and what was the reason for putting out that information. Intent in documentaries is very important. And with articles, because I think it's interesting now that they're saying all of this, and we don't know if there's something coming, if there is a new age of enlightenment.
I mean, Trump didn't come up with the Space Force out of the blue.
Well, I know a lot of people don't follow astrology and stuff like that. What's going on in space like that, But I always been, when I was young, I wanted to be an astronaut. It's the first thing I ever wanted to be in life, and it's something that I always had interest in was the universe, was space. I wanted to know what was out there. I never believed that we were the only species out in this big galaxy.
Yeah, me.
So,
yeah.
I never believed that, but sometime I want to say it was the beginning of this year or maybe the end of last year, but I may have my timeline crossed, but it was been this year or last year where actually an object came through the black hole.
Yeah.
Through where?
There was something that came through the black hole.
It was like a spear.
Oh shit, really?
Yes, it was
that's dope.
It was like a black spear or something. It was like a planet floated out of the black hole.
That's dope.
But they also found 2 more black holes, and they also found a galaxy that is within our own galaxy.
Right.
That's dope. How far away?
It's far.
I mean, again, time and space is relative to here. So
right.
Yeah.
So where space wise, it's around the corner. Here wise, it's 40 years away. So
right,
exactly.
Exactly.
And I used to always say that I was like, no, it's not that far away. It's no way they got a machine out there that can give us information from 40. Come on. So I never believed in those numbers and those dates and stuff like that. I feel like that was just something to throw us off, and only crazy humans would even think that's true. But they done found many planets that actually are Earth-like. It's one planet that actually said that we could exist there. It's just a lot of water.
Yeah, that's the moon.
Yeah, there's one that's
the
I think
moon
it's 7 light years away.
It's one on the moon. That's one of the moons of Jupiter that is exactly like our planet. And that is the one that they're really trying to look at. Because, of course, as far as we know, nothing lasts forever.
Right.
And they're planning on how do we, this is the Krypton theory. How do we save ourselves, basically? And are we even supposed to be saved? Is our time just our time? And I think that, a lot of what we do is we try to fight our time. I'm sorry, that's a personal one. That just hit me on that one. But we try to fight whatever our allotted time is. And our human experience is built around, a lot of it is trying to survive in whatever way possible, and whatever that looks like. And mentally, physically, relationship-wise, we are always struggling to survive in some way. And, evolution, they say a species does not evolve until they stop struggling to survive. You don't see what a bird can do until they're not hunting for food all the time. You don't see what another animal can do until they stop having to do that one thing to stay alive. And I don't think we've gotten to that point where we've seen that thing that we can stop doing to try to stay alive yet.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so if just in case anybody wanted to go and look up the black hole that they just found, it was listed in National Geographic's May 6, 2020 edition. You can look that up. And the thing about the tall whites is what those aliens among us are called can be found on Vice.com.
Well, I know there's
Get subscriptions to National Geographic. It's the shit.
Yeah, I love National Geographic.
Yeah, National Geographic. Well,
that
I remember when the Discovery Channel used to show real shit, not just like My 600-Pound Life.
Yeah,
right.
Used to show
yeah.
Before it got all weird.
Right. Exactly.
I never understood 600-pound life. They don't need to discover that they're weighing it or they're wearing that every day. They already knew they gotta lose weight. How is that?
Yo.
Like, I just like the fact that they're all in relationships.
Ignorant, but I was trying to sound ignorant. But
I know, right?
I didn't get it. I just didn't. I don't understand how are you discovering something? They already know when they look in the mirror what they look like and what they need to do.
I think it's more discovery of the fact that they are all in healthy, committed relationships. I mean,
yeah.
Also,
if you got somebody that's gonna lift up your fucking 200-pound stomach and wash underneath that joker without no problem, yeah, that's love.
and also what got you there? Because you didn't just come out 600 pounds.
No. Well, fat got a way of sneaking up on you. Because, like sometimes I know when I was at my heaviest, I didn't discover that I had a belly until one morning I was laying in the bed and I was laying on my side and my arm fell across my stomach and I was like, what the hell? And I really started squeezing, said, oh, hell no, I got this big ass stomach. I got to get rid of this shit. So sometimes it'll sneak up on you because you're so caught up in life that you just forget that you fat.
That's why I keep saying during this COVID season that we are in, every once in a while, I know the uniform for us ladies, the stretch pants and the t-shirt. Every once and again, go in and put on your work pants. Make sure they still fit.
600 pounds, 200 pounds may sneak up.
I know that's right, Nicole. She said not that much fat.
600 pounds.
Okay.
Do not sneak up on you.
Nicole said 600 pounds not sliding in there like a thief in the night now.
I mean, you just never know. They might not realize and just wake up fat one morning.
Sis got on the side of her bed and fried 25 pork chops from the side of her bed.
But what I would say, first of all, let me tell you, those pork chops, and I don't even eat pork, but they look damn
good, didn't they?
Yeah, they did look supple. They look supple.
They were succulent as could be.
They was looking real savory on that motherfucker.
First of all, she had them seasoned. I don't know what that was, if that was a Bunsen burner or if that was a George Foreman, but whatever she was using.
She was deep frying them things real good.
She had them, yes.
That was like the one that they had. They were talking about how he couldn't get around and just in the oven. His sister, I think they was living in New York. And his sister with the bucket on the string, honey. I was like, now you know. You taking it too damn far. This man said, look, he couldn't get downstairs. He said, fuck that. He got a goddamn bucket and some rope and lowered that bitch out the window. Put his goddamn money in there. Got the little Chinese man, put the food in there. He pulled that bitch back up. I was like, ain't no hope for you because you're making inventions to stay fat.
No, what got me was the man that sat there and ate 4 whole chickens. 4 whole chickens.
Now, this is the problem.
In one sitting. That don't make sense.
This is the problem. Now, they have, first of all, just think about it. The health issues that they tell me that I will get if I eat fried chicken on a regular basis. And then I see
had a heart attack the first, had he?
Not
everybody's system is made differently. So
he don't get indigestion, acid reflux, none of that shit.
I'll stroke out. And I'll have one. I
can't even lay down flat without getting acid reflux.
Right.
But I can look at someone on 600 pounds and they living fine. And I'm just saying to myself, my ass can't even eat a bucket of chicken without almost having a stroke. So I know something is.
First of all, the one that they had to pull the fucking wall of the house out to get his ass out the house. Now that right there, honey, like how you ease yourself into a house where you can't even leave no more. Like that. Now that's some serious shit there.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's for real why I can't move all the way that like Texas, Tennessee, any of the places because I'd be wheelchair fat. Them motherfuckers can cook too good.
Hey.
And I'd be one eating just
Look,
every time
you let light skin as a motherfucker because your stomach covering that shit up. It ain't getting no sun.
When I moved to Houston, I was 185 pounds, basically where I'm at now. And when I got back to Baltimore, I was 237 pounds.
You know, the last time I was 180 any pounds.
Oh my God, let me tell you, Houston has some delicious, and they have some great restaurants.
New Orleans is right there, so you know the food coming over.
Yeah.
First of all, the fact that you said 230, you said 230 pounds, like that's heavy.
Right. Try 270, honey. 270.
Again, do you know when the last time I was 180 pounds? I was 3.
I was in high school.
I was in pre-K.
I'm 270 now. So, and that's like, I'm 270 at this point. I ain't ashamed of it. But the reality is that if I fell on you, that's considered a casualty.
I'm voluptuous. I am sturdy. I am built for love, not for speed.
Well, I'm built for hauling. I'm built for
moving and hauling. I know that. I'm built to move the cotton gin.
Jonathan, what did you just say that again?
I said I'm built for comfort, not for speed.
You said you're sturdy. What up?
Voluptuous.
Oh. Right.
Look,
own it.
I'm all in it.
Own it.
That shit, I ain't fat, I'm fluffy.
I'm voluptuous.
I feel like voluptuous is harder than fluffy.
I'm supple.
You're gonna hurt a little bit when you hit it, but it's still gonna feel good in the
end. I'm sturdy. I'm built like
furniture.
I said he ain't that price buster shit. He value city over there.
Hell yeah, shit. That motherfucker built like Levinson Klein out there, motherfucker.
It takes a lot to move me.
Next door to the Union Trust out there, motherfucker.
Right. And when I get to moving like the juggernaut, it's hard to stop me. And I do crash into shit, so it's not going to be good. Like I said, I fall on something, it's definitely a casualty.
Yeah, it's gonna be some wounds. Somebody gonna be wounded.
Yeah. That's
what type of wounds are you talking about?
Oh God.
It depends on where you falling now.
Yeah, cause shit, you know, shit. Sometimes you fall into a hole or something, you know what I'm saying?
When you come back on a stomach and bounce back.
Shit. You talking about a black hole? You talking about a black hole, goddamn it. Shit.
You ain't never read until you're read with a stomach. You got to hold on to it.
Oh shit. Who you move?
That's the left hand. Okay, well, if you are joining the Kocktail Social, you are seeing that we are live. I posted the number for you to call in to join us in our conversation. I'm not drinking a cocktail because I'm at work at the moment in time, but you, by all means, should have a cocktail with you. And my socialites, they're drinking their cocktails or doing whatever.
I am.
Some of them.
Well, I don't think you know this, Blue, but I actually, well, guys, I actually stopped drinking. I don't drink anymore. I haven't drank.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
Cable, thank you for telling us so we won't offer you a drink when we're around you.
Yeah, because you know.
Only thing, I don't drink hard alcohol anymore. Only thing I drink is the weak drinks like coolers.
Oh, wine and stuff. Okay,
I love wine. Wine is biblical.
Cable,
exactly. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, darling.
believe it or not, Cable, those are the drinks that I prefer. I only do the hard liquor and the jungle juice for social occasions.
Exactly.
The reality is that I actually like a wine.
Because I do love my liver.
Yeah, and also, yeah, it's just
I don't eat no liver.
Huh? What? You don't eat what?
I don't eat no liver.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. Moving on.
I knew what she was talking about.
Wait a minute. You see everybody's like, woo.
All right then. Someone's having a Chrissy moment.
Aw, he's blonde. He's blonde under that scalp. Oh.
Tink ting. Beep, boop, beep.
So I knew what he meant. It's all right, Cable. You can put the water.
I know.
You can
So
put the water.
So I wanted to talk about this picture that Mr. Gilmore posted of Smokey Norfolk and his 16-year-old son. Am I correct?
Yeah, he about 15, 16, something like that.
Laying on his chest asleep. And I guess people were having some comments that it was suggestive and that it looked inappropriate.
This is just so weird.
People so fucking sensitive.
Well,
I know they just so broken. People are broken. That's what they are.
Yeah,
they are
it's like, I mean, I'm looking at it like this. That's still your child. You know what I mean? That's still your child. But at the same time, I don't know too many 16-year-old boys that's laying on their daddy's chest. So
I don't know.
But
I think it's about our definition about the relationship you're supposed to have, the relationship between males, fathers and sons. I think that it's okay. It's been common that males have close relationships with their mothers, but when males have close relationships with their father, they're seen as being inappropriate. And I don't think that's
exactly.
I think
I appreciate the fact
that's still his child.
Yeah,
and I appreciate the fact that he feels comfortable enough to lay on his dad. Even at 16 years old, like at 16 years old, boys stop even kissing and hugging their moms. Right. So the fact that he can go to his dad, not only go to his dad, but go to his dad in an intimate gesture. And not only that, but then feel safe enough to linger there long enough to fall asleep. I love it. But church folk are so full of, oh, God have mercy.
But
like they find
that even as a father, he was shocked. He was like,
hold on.
What did you say, Kay?
Clear.
I just want to say, like, I have been in situations where church folk have changed the pronunciation of a word just because it sounded too close to another word. Like they will pronounce the word worship as worship because it's too close to sounding like sugar honey iced tea. Yeah. Like it's too much. It's too much. Like the fact that this man is loving on his son, or that his son is loving on him, strikes a perverted nerve in you. That's your issue. That's
it really
you.
is.
That's
exactly.
It really is.
That's not him and his son. That's your issue. You need to deal with that. If it bothers you, you need to go see a professional immediately.
Yes. Exactly. First of all, if your mind can go there.
Right. That's your knee-jerk reaction.
Then that's their nasty.
If your mind can go there, I'm looking at you, who's looking at the camera, who's thinking that that something is wrong with him loving on his son. If your mind can come up with a situation that is inappropriate just by looking at individuals and their children, you are damaged.
Exactly.
We can't bash that individual no more than we can bash the individual who is being bashed.
I don't think
that's happening.
I'm not bashing them. I
don't say it.
We just telling them they dumb as hell.
But I'm not saying it in a way because we can't act like culturally we haven't made that possible. We may have 6 people on this thread right now that agree with or have no issue with that, but we can't ignore the fact that our culture has made that level of toxic behavior or that response or reaction possible.
That's true. That's true. I agree with that.
So we can't admonish or slap on the hand those individuals that feel like that without having a solution set up for them, because we created that and we've lived in that level of toxic forever and we've let it happen.
I'm not going to. I want to say I agree with that, and I don't agree with it on the fact that it is toxic, and I think it is toxic, and I don't want to make it sound like, or I'm sorry, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Mm-hmm. For me, what I'm about to say is I don't think that it would be toxic just within the Black community. I want to speak as a whole. That there is this view of toxic masculinity that runs through every community, especially in this country. Right. I do not believe that it is somewhere in the thought process of people that all Black men in some way do not show love to their sons. And that is not true. Yeah, I have seen it's not true. I think the Game posted a picture 2 years ago of his son graduating from 8th grade. And in the middle of all of his friends and the little girl that he loved, the little boy was just in love with, he kissed him on his cheek. He was like, and I'm going to kiss him wherever the hell I want to because that's my son. And he just going to have to get used to it. And his son was looking like, Dad, damn, not here. But what people said after that was just ridiculous. And the thing is that it doesn't just start with Black men, because most of the comments in this case, as well as in the Smokey Norfolk case, have been coming from Black women.
Absolutely.
And then that's where the negative response has been coming. And I'm not trying to attack anyone. I'm not trying to in any way accuse anyone. But that is also a space where we have to talk about that it has been Black women who have been saying that it was perverted. They've been saying that that's not my son won't. And if my husband did that, then I would. So that's a part of this conversation as well.
Right. Yeah. But matter of fact, I need to go down that road.
Hold on, Karen had something. I think
it's accountability. It's accountability.
So Nate, you were saying that, we help to create that culture. Explain to me what you mean by that, because I don't understand that. Like, even now, my son is get ready to be 22 years old. I grab him and pull him into my lap. He's like, Mom, stop.
Well, you're a woman also, Karen, so that's a little bit different.
I mean, I get that, but even still, like.
But I speak in terms of, so when I speak about especially community issues as being Black, and it's not a generalization, but I believe even if you're not the one who created it, we let that type of behavior go on, and nobody ever talked about it. Nobody ever talked about the family member and your family who felt that way. Nobody ever checked that person. So when I speak of we, I speak of even us who sit off to the side and let it happen. For many years, recently in the last couple of years, we've begun to fight against that type of stereotype or that type of person or mentality. So that's what I meant when I said we let it happen, meaning we didn't say anything to our brother or our father or our mother for having that type of mindset or that point of view.
Mindset that you can't love up on your son once they get past a certain age? Is that what you're saying?
No, I said we created that the comments, the reactions to people watching that photo. We created those types of reactions, and those reactions aren't new. They aren't a nuance. They aren't something that we've just heard. We've heard people who speak like that, who think that a young man being kissed by his father or laying on his father is a little perverted, or we don't want that type of reality. But we've heard this several times before, and we grew up in communities and families where that was a normal. And we never said anything. And I'm not saying it's too late now.
I mean, motherfuckers in a position to say nothing in some cases. You know what I'm saying? If you a child, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't had no goddamn opinion.
Right. Well, no, it's not whether you had the opinion, but
I'm just saying, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying, I think, we come from a culture of mind your fucking business.
Right.
I mean, and so if it ain't your damn business, you know what I'm saying? We have a tendency to be like, hey, I ain't got shit to do with that. I ain't trying to figure that shit out. I don't want to get involved because we already know what that getting involved can entail. So we say, you know what? I don't feel like dealing with that. So we don't say nothing. And then it's like, hey, look, hey, count your kids. You got all your shit. You good?
Right.
And that's the attitude that we've been carrying, because it's like you got to remember, it's trust issues amongst our own fucking people. You got people out here that can't trust their own mama. Yeah. So if you come from a place like that, the only thing you can do is say, okay, let me make sure I'm good, So it becomes a me thing. Like, hey, as long as I'm good.
Me
and then
mine.
if you decide to have kids with somebody, okay, long as me and my kids good. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit what's going over there because one, you gonna say ain't none of my goddamn business. So long as me and mine good. How many times you heard that? So I think it's deeper than just being,
But that same mind, I'm gonna mind my business. That's the same young man that's gonna marry or have a baby with your child.
Yeah, but
And,
I mean, but
a
again,
cycle that
the
at some
attitude is it's not affecting me right now, so I ain't gonna say shit.
Right.
That's the attitude.
See, that's
I think
that's
Cable. Come on, Cable.
and see, to me, that type of mind frame, that type of thinking, to me, is very bad as well, because
it is.
That's like because now you're not preparing that person for when that situation does happen. So when it happens, what are they going to do? They lost, like, oh my God, I don't know what to do here, because they always say mind my business. When it happens, that's when it happens. Until they mind your business, no, you need preparation. You need You need a plan. What you gonna do when this happens? Okay, here go the tools for you to be able to manage to get past this and move forward in life.
But again, that's not the culture. You know what I mean? It's a lot of in the culture. It's a lot of.
We keep saying the culture, and I have an issue with that one word. No, it's not the culture. It's the families. It's the family home.
That's still your culture. Your family is your culture.
No.
Wait.
It's universal. It's not just the black thing. It's
not. I'm just saying your culture. When I say culture, culture can be as small as just you and your immediate family.
Yeah.
Things that you do and the traditions that you do in your particular family. And in some particular families, you had kids that could voice their opinion. In other families, you better not say shit. When you go in here, sit your ass down and don't say shit unless somebody asks you. And you better look at me first before you answer. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on the culture in which you were brought up in order for you to even put that out to the world. Like Nicole said in the chat, a lot of these people didn't have that type of relationship for themselves with their own fathers. So they don't know what it is to be loved and hugged up by their father after a certain age, because maybe their father wasn't there. Or maybe their father was there, but he was distant because he was on drugs, or he was working all the time, or whatever the situation may be. They don't know that, so they can't say, well, like my daughter come and lay up on me now.
Yeah, but I also I want to say this. I want to say that the reason why that I think that it becomes an issue is because we're glossing over the fact that people have been mistreated.
Yeah.
They have been abused. There have been situations, and because people have experienced that, they take those scars with them.
Right.
So what happens is,
can I say something on top of that, Blue, real quick? Because I'm scared that you're going right where I want to say, because you could continue. I just want to say one line. And also, to add to what Blue is saying, another group of people is this: you got humans that if they don't understand, they're going to instantly dislike it.
Exactly. Because they don't know what it is to be held by their father.
So, I mean, and again, that's a part of that villainizing something that isn't supposed to be taken that way. That is,
but some people are not even looking at him as a father. They're just looking at a black
man and a young boy.
And they had a broken experience with a man. They're not even looking at that being his father.
Right. And so
that's a valid point.
And so Nicole said that, and I like the fact that she spoke about solutions. She said that part of the solutions is therapy and calling out toxic masculinity. And what she also pointed out was the fact that in her comment that toxic masculinity can be fed by both male and females. And that is
yes, it can.
When your mother says, stop that crying, a man don't cry, and she might tell you that.
And you know what? I've heard that, maybe not from my immediate family, but I've heard it before. And when the first time I saw a man cry, I was like, oh shit. It was like some shit like you've never seen before. I'm like, oh shit, he's really fucking crying. Like,
as if he's
you
not
couldn't make sense of it. But
no,
then if you
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, because I was gonna say, like, I can only speak for me and my circle, like, to see a black man cry, it it breaks something inside you because it's something that is so rarely seen, if ever, in your lifetime. But when you see a hot tear
grown man
roll down a black man's face, it's like something is wrong in the entire world.
Yeah.
Why?
And
Yeah.
it is a frightening thing. No, seriously, like it is a frightening thing to behold when you see a black man cry. If nobody died and a black man is crying, there is something very, very wrong in the world, in your mind. I'm not saying that it's right, but that is the feeling that I have gotten when I've seen a black man cry.
But that's the issue. Is that when you see a black man cry or you see a black man express emotion, that it's like, okay, why are you doing this? And that is a part of the reason why there's so many young boys that don't know how to express themselves.
Hold on. Let Blue finish his thought.
That is, for me, that is the reason why there are so many boys that are unable to express themselves outside of aggression.
Yeah, because it builds up as aggression.
But the thing is that because they have that the thing what Kern said was absolutely true. If you're told that, okay, you're not supposed to express yourself, then what happens is that you don't have any way of showing. There's no range of emotions for you. You've only
because you can only be calm or
one way. And what happens is that
not range.
Exactly.
And that is detrimental to them because they have to live in a world where they have to be aware of their emotions.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And what happens, and so when we as Black people are teaching our children, especially our young boys, that this is how you're supposed to be, and we're teaching our girls that this is how you're supposed to be, and then they go out into the world and we look at their behaviors and we say, well, damn, why are you this way? It is because of the behavior. It's because what we've been teaching them.
Yeah.
And at what point do we say this shit ain't right?
Right.
Well, they have to figure it out. They have to figure out for themselves that it's not right, and that's often the problem.
Right.
Because the people who are putting it out there don't know that it's wrong. So the people that have been learning from them, the younger people that have been learning from them, they assume it as a norm, and that's just the way it is. And that's how I was raised. So that's the way it is.
It was I can't remember the sportscasters guy off the top of my head, and they was talking about spanking because I think one of the NFL players had gotten in trouble for spanking his son. And so he went on, even though he was on TV, and he was like, Mama, you was wrong. And I'm like, but was it? Because regardless of what type of life you have, you know what I'm saying, those things mold you into who you are today. And without that, you know what I mean, you who knows what you'll be. Obviously your mother did something right. You made it to the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
I think one of the worst things about that is that is a thought process that pervades the Black community, is that trauma is going to make a better person out of you.
Yeah.
That if I throw my kid
that's what we were taught.
Let me finish. When I throw my kid out at 18, you're supposed to be a full-fledged adult. When I do this, if I had a fucked up life, so you should have a fucked up life so you can be better or get whatever you got. If I beat you, that made you a success. If I did this, then it made you a success, because we only think of success as being monetary. If you're rich, then you're successful. Not that if you're happy. Fuck if you're happy.
Right.
Rich,
okay, happiness ain't got shit to do with it.
So me beating you made you a success. Michael Jackson was not a successful person. He did all of that, but the only thing he wanted was for his fucking father to accept him.
Right.
His father beat all that shit out of him to the point that he saw himself in such a way that it changed outwardly.
Right.
And it completely changed who he could have been as a person, but because we only saw the success and we say, well, his father was doing something right, because look at him, he beat them boys into
submission.
So I want to say something about that.
Submission.
So I actually had this conversation recently, and my son doesn't even remember it. So I came up under, your mother holler, 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 and if she got to holler too many times, you won't get popped. Point blank, period.
Right.
That's what I thought. That's how you were supposed to raise your child. You holler, you pop, you holler, you pop. And so, no, seriously. So one day, my 9-year-old son said to me, "Mommy, I can't hear you when you holler at me." I said, "Okay. And I don't like it when you hit me. I'm not a dog." This is what my 9-year-old said to me. And the black mama in me, the black mama that I thought I was supposed to be, was irate and enraged and indignant about it. And I said, "Well, all right then. Well, what you think we supposed to do about it? Because you're not going to walk around here not listening to what I say." He was like, "I can listen." I said, "Okay, well, this is what we will do. 6 months, we're going to try it your way. But if I got to talk to you too many times, we're going back to how I've been doing." For 6 months, we did it. If I said something to him twice, he understood that was the limit, and I got to do it, or else this lady is going to zap out on me for real. It changed me. That 6-month period changed me. It kept me from going from 0 to 100 real quick. But the thing of it was that I realized I didn't have to do it my mother's way. Another way worked. My son ain't never been to jail. My son ain't never been hospitalized for nothing. And all I had to do was say, "Hey, this is my second time talking to you. All right?" And he would get his little
exactly.
So
whereas with my mother, it was,
and I was
pop.
Right.
You know, I ain't saying we got abused. I ain't never got, well, my mother didn't hit us with no switches or nothing like that. But you know what I'm saying? I still got popped. I still got beatings. I didn't got hit with a thick leather belt before.
Hey,
I know what it is.
Hey, whatever works.
Go in the room, take off your clothes and wait till I get in there. I know that life.
But you know what?
But I didn't have to do that with my son. And like Nate said, it was because I communicated and I made him feel safe enough to communicate with me.
Exactly.
But you as parents, you have to learn that parenting isn't knowing all of the answers. It's the process of learning as you're going along. It's like on the job training. And most parents think, I'm gonna just adapt to this way. Right. I'm gonna just adapt to this way, and this is the way it's gonna be. And then there's normally no wiggle room.
And doing so, like, like even with me, like I don't, I got spankers or whatever, but with my daughter, I don't spank her as much as, I wasn't getting, like, I could probably count on my hand how many spankers I got. I ain't really, a whole bunch of messing up, but I take a different approach because I feel like, like we grew up with, it's like, you ain't had no opinion. You know what I mean? If I say it is, right, that's what it is, and that's what it's gonna be. So,
and if you asked the answer was
because it's like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just giving you my perspective and my point of view. Now I'm gonna at least let you do that, because just you getting that out, you can, even though you might still have to accept the fact that you're still not going to do whatever you want to do, you can accept it a little better because you feel like, you got that part out. Yeah. I mean, shit, I it was like, look, you ain't got no opinion. You like shut that shit up. Like, and I got popped because I would always have to say what my opinion was.
Well, and I think that's the problem, is that when we think of children, that the idea of children is that they were property and that they didn't have any opinions or thoughts about them. And I think that when you start treating them as if they are people and as if they are intelligent enough to know, then you'll see a different behavior. I think that when you see resistance and opposition from children, I think the reason is because you stifled their voice. And when you prepare them and give them a voice, you actually see how much they have learned. I remember being young, and when my mom, before she passed, we were just talking. We were talking about a lot of things, and she was amazed at what I was able to retain. I remember when we were living on the west side of Baltimore, and they had the even flow glass bottles. I was 2 years of age, and my mom got angry with me because I would drink from the bottle and then I would fling it out the window.
Oh my God.
And you could hear the drunks and the people downstairs, what the fuck is going on? They're cussing and shit because these glass bottles were coming from the window. And it was because I was throwing them. I was 2. I was able to retain that and recall that information. She was amazed that I was able to recall that. And she remembered because she was like, yeah, because I wanted to whip your little ass for throwing them because they was trying to get at me because she was throwing the bottles from the window. And so she had to move my crib from close to the window so that I wouldn't throw the bottles. I remember it. Children are able to learn. Children are able to retain and recall information. We don't give children enough credit.
Exactly.
And what happens is that you find out the damage you've done when they become adolescents. And they're
Exactly.
starting to filter out the information you did or did not provide. And what happens in the communication style that you taught them is the style that they're going to be display on you.
Right.
They're going to do this to you. If you cuss and fuss, I can almost guarantee that as soon as they hit adolescence and they get enough into their system, you're going to be at the receiving end of those cuss words at some point. And so I think I think we just need to come up with better ways of communicating and engaging with our children, socializing with our children, teaching our children, loving our children. I commend you for doing that, Miss K. I really do, because there are some parents I commend you for doing that. There are some mothers and fathers. A shout out to the fathers that are single fathers out here that are doing an excellent job with raising their children. There's not enough light shined on single fathers that are out here doing it, and they're doing it absolutely well. But I do know that I think that in the situation with Smokey Norfolk, unfortunately, he is. There are a lot of people who have been broken, who have been exposed to traumatic experiences, and they lead with those things. That's how they look through life through those lens, that lens, and they can't see it as anything other than something that is inappropriate.
And can I also add to that with the Snooki and other reason why they made it such a big problem is because it's this real bad stigma on gospel male artists that they're gay. Because male artists. There's a lot of male artists, as soon as they gospel come out, especially when Smokey Norfolk first came out, people was thinking he was gay. And it's probably been that way all the way. So that plays a part in their way of thinking. And it's really sad.
And on top of being gay, he got to engage in incest too.
Well, I mean,
pedophilia.
And pedophilia?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
But look, Kat, think about it. People also
put those things together most of the time.
Pedophilia. So
they a lot of times they will lump that all to the same thing.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I get it. But what I'm saying with that is that even though I know that they're saying that it's because he's a gospel singer and everything, and that there's the potential that he's gay. Gay men can have children. It doesn't stop them. And there are a lot of gay men with children, and that doesn't stop. And that just because they're gay doesn't mean that they can't be intimate with their children. But
see, they make it into a perversion when it comes to the kids, like, they teaching them gay ways and all that type of stuff.
My thing is what you do in your bedroom, just because you heterosexual, do that mean that you sleeping with your daughter as a heterosexual male? Are you sleeping with your daughter? Like, come on.
It's just 1920.
But that's how people do. I mean,
a lot of people have been through that. They have had experiences where their dad would sneak into their room. So it's not even about Norfolk or his son. It's about what he represents from their experience.
And it's a trigger for them.
Right. Yeah, it's a trigger. They're not even seeing him as a father.
Well, also, it's not just that. Also, could we keep equating it back to some type of hurt? Just taught that way in their household that's just things men don't do. So mentally, they are it's toxic. It's toxic, but it's not always just something happening to a child. We can't keep putting it on that. It's also that the family is teaching these kids and putting into their heads. They are growing up.
You have to ask yourself why. Why
Right,
is
but
it
that-
the right
what is
but-
the root for them teaching them that?
Right,
When you say
exactly.
well, they're
But
teaching
that's
them
the
this
same thing with
behavior, it has to have a
racism. Right.
foundation.
But that's to say they were really? But that's say they were racist.
Yes.
White people
Yes,
Yes.
train
that's
their
often where
kids.
that comes
Wait a
from.
minute, okay.
Listen what I'm saying. White people train their kids to be racist the same way. They have no reason to hate us. We did nothing. They came over here to our land. So it's the same. It's no reasoning, and some people it's really no reason. It's the fact that they just don't understand. They're ignorant, and to the things they don't understand, they fear. And what do people do when they fear? They react out of hatred and do other things against it to bring it down. So a lot of issues.
But
That's
if your brokenness isn't direct, it's indirect. So maybe a parent or a grandparent went through that, and that's how it. So it just is what it is. But often it comes from a source. It's not just out of nowhere. And sometimes people are raised that way, but it's because their parents' father was sneaking in the room on them, or their grandfather was sneaking in the room. It stems from an actual resource.
But that's giving people an excuse to be the way they are because
it's not an excuse. It's the
hold
reason.
on. Can I just want to say, because I think I get what Cable is trying to say, is that he's seeing it as brokenness as many different types of brokenness. I think that what we're talking about is only one type of brokenness.
Yeah, I'm just getting
I think that he's just saying that that's not the only one. And so, and I agree. Again, that there are many roads to this kind of fucked up behavior. And it's going to take many roads to get out of it. The only thing I'm going to add, and then I'm going to just kind of back away from it, is that I was blessed with the fact that I do not have any children, but I was blessed to have raised one, and that my cousin allowed me to raise her son alongside her because of the relationship that me and her had, as well as the relationship that me and her son had when she got him, and he was adopted. So when he was a baby, me and him connected. And then as he got older, I kept seeing what other people would try to put on him as this is what a man is, this is what a man does. And he would get very confused about how he should show, because naturally who he is this big-hearted, very huggy guy.
Right.
And so it was my goal and my job to let him know that that is okay, that there is nothing wrong with you. I do not naturally say I love you to people at all. Not to my mama, not to anybody. I show it. I don't say it. But I learned then that I had to tell him I loved him, because I wanted him to make sure that he understood that if a man says I love you, it is not sexual. It is not anything of that nature. It's just I love you. So now he's 20 years old and we don't talk. I literally talk to him every day, 100 times a day. And he says I love you before he leaves him. It has always been my goal to make sure that he understands that that by being who he is being what a man is supposed to be.
Exactly.
You are not in any way, you have to follow this fucking rule book that says you got to do this to be a man. You got to be this. You got to say this. You got to act this way. You got it. When you get a chick, you got to make sure you call her your bitch so they know that's yours. Or you got
right.
that you got to do. No, if you find somebody you love and you don't want to do that, don't.
Right.
And don't let somebody
Real
talk
shit.
you to it.
Yes.
If you have found the person and you say, man, I don't want nobody else but her, but they keep saying I need to do this, so I'm a bitch. Fuck them.
Right.
And it has been my goal to give him the wherewithal to stand on his own, to say I'm a man, that this is what a man is. If he feels like he can't take it, call me. Let me take some of this off. Man, we can talk this out. And he knows I will tell anywhere. We would be in the middle of the mall. I'm like, I love you. I'm just like, I just can't believe. Look at you. He 100 feet tall. And when he hugs me now, it's like it's all over my head. I'm just up under his armpit and shit. But but I love on him because I want to make sure that he is cool with that. And so then when he come in contact with other men, that he doesn't have to feel like he has to do all this extra posturing and shit. Because that's what we're taught. as black men, we're taught we have to do all of this extra shit just to be seen as a man.
That'd be hard. You gotta be hard.
I've seen gay men go out of their way to change it all so they can be seen as something else. I've seen just your regular old teenager change it all just be the fuck who you are. It's hard as shit. That's one of the hardest things in life to do is to be who the fuck you are.
Exactly.
That's the issue.
But just like this whole,
But it's like everything I tell him is shit that I have that it's like I'm telling you this, but I'm telling me this too. Like I want you to make sure that if you feeling whole, then I got to make sure I'm feeling whole. I got to make sure I pray every time I talk to him because I want to make sure that whatever I say, I understand that my voice and my words are probably that voice that he's hearing in his head.
And I'm glad that you were able to do that because that uplifted him. That helped him with his esteem.
Right there.
That helped him with his esteem. That helped him with his confidence. And a lot more people should take notice, and they should do that. You know, a lot of times what we do in our society, and it's not just black. It's across the board. Our society is so used to tearing people down. You know, putting them into boxes. And that is where that to me is the root cause of a lot of issues. And so I do appreciate this topic and subject matter. I think it was really good, but I got to lighten the load because this was heavy.
Thank you.
And so if you are joining us and this drove you to drinking, because it almost did. I didn't even have
I was about to sing a Negro spiritual in this motherfucker.
I didn't have a cocktail, but I started drinking water.
Water.
Because I needed to drink something. And here's my water.
That was a very good topic. I just want to say
that. Yeah, that was great.
We was in there, but we was all the way in. all the way in.
I need y'all to pick one.
And everyone made a lot of great points. That's all I just want to say. I really listened. Jonathan, you made that last part. That was some good stuff that you just said, and someone else said it as well. So I really enjoyed this conversation. Yeah. And because I have to go.
He go. Did he just hit us with a close out?
He did.
I did.
I was close out, honey.
I was blue for a minute. I felt something purring, but yeah, I got great.
Oh shit, he looking all cute and shit. He got his motherfucker. Where the fuck you going in?
You can only pick one.
Huh?
You can only pick one. $850 credit score, $2 million in cash, or $400,000 a week for the rest of your life.
I mean, 400,000 or
4,000. 4,000 a week for the rest of your life.
400,000.
4,000 a week for the rest of your life. $2 million in cash or $850 credit score.
I think I would take
$4,000 a week.
I'd take the $4,000 a week because if you live 10 years, you're gonna get the $2 million anyway.
Yeah, let me get that. So if you
live 20 years, you get another $2 million on top of that. So I would take the 4,000 a week because you can fix your credit score.
You can build your score off that money.
You can fix your credit score, and once that bank starts seeing that $4,000 a week popping up in your account, trust and believe they will give you a loan. So all of that shit you can fix.
You don't need no loan.
A week. Yeah, you don't need a loan, but I'm just saying
that $4,000 a week, you can fix your credit score.
That's what I'm saying. You fix the credit score, and then you will get over 2,000 or 2 million over a 10-year period. And then that 4,000 a week, like if you ain't got the money straight up, you just getting 4,000 a week. Okay, you might want a loan to start, jumpstart some shit, and So I take the 4,000 a week myself.
I give me the $4,000 a week.
I am definitely on board with Mizell. I am taking 4,000 a week because I definitely and then by the end of that 4,000 in 1 year.
That's 12,000
so
a month.
And I hope that someone from the government, if the FBI, CIA, the president, if you're watching, please consider 4,000 a week.
Yes.
You want to stimulate an economy?
For the rest of my life, and you can't kill us. Because let me get that 4,000 a week and your ass be dead within 3 days. No.
4,000 a week. Let me tell you something. If they want to stimulate an economy, just do
4,000 a week.
Just do that for 6 months. You gonna see some shit.
Huh. And you look with that, you gonna see some shit, and you gonna see some shit. Cause you gonna see some crazy shit happen with this 4,000 a week. You get that shit to the wrong person.
Absolutely, Mr. Gilmore. What are you picking?
I think that's $4,000 a week.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
My thing
shit
is, like,
almost unanimous.
the way you can build off of that, I think one of the saddest answers I saw to that question was like, "Oh, you in Baltimore? You better take the 2 million because you gonna die."
Oh
like,
fuck no!
damn,
Because
I said,
that 4,000 a week, you can move within that first week.
4,000. I don't think people really recognize what the longevity of money and how it has to build, and people see that it's constantly coming in. What that does, shit. Yeah.
It's like every week, like Christmas and shit.
You ain't never like every week. Happy New Year! A boy got it.
Look, they had them doing every day with a fucking every week with a patch of balloons and shit, like
with a champagne bottle.
That motherfucker.
That would be.
But he's a jolly good fella. But he's a jolly good fella. The good times version.
Right.
That's funny.
That is hilarious. The good time version.
Every time James asked said he was going, oh, baby, I'm gonna be the foreman. They said they gonna offer me the job and this, that, and the other. Oh, James, I'm so happy. And his ass come home. They just do the party and shit. They got a cake and shit. Like, man, y'all took it too far. You supposed to get the answer first, then throw the party.
They send Michael down to get them pretzels and potato chips.
Man, yo, that shit was so fucking poor.
What y'all eat for dinner? Greens and cornbread?
Greens and fat back. That motherfucker had got some turnip backs. What them with this white dude got stuck in the game war.
Ooh.
Now,
I'm sorry.
Oh, Jada made a good point. If it's tax, she said she'll take the 2 million up front if I don't live. It's tax free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I plan on living, and then if I die, I can't enjoy the fucking money anyway. So it don't fucking matter.
Yeah, that's true too.
Now, if they're gonna let me give the 4,000 or the 2 million to somebody, because you know sometimes they'll just take.
Yeah, you can transfer it over, like in the next motherfucking line.
yeah. What you do, Mr. Nate?
I'm definitely that person that would take the 2 million.
You're my cupcake, gumdrop, snookum, snookum, snort, the apple of my eye. And I love you.
No.
Will always be right here.
No. Turn it. Get in the corner. In the corner.
I like the song.
Jesus. It was like, first of all, it was a gremlin anthem. So all I've seen is trolls marching when they sing it. You're my. Oh, you can come out the corner.
I'm in trouble.
You said 2 million, Nate?
Yeah, because tomorrow isn't promised, and I want to do what I want to do. I don't want to save up. I want to handle my shit today.
But if you dead, then what the fuck what you saving?
I want to do it. I got big dreams.
I'm just assuming that if you take this 4,000 a week, that you're going to live more than 10 years when you get it. I'm assuming, you know.
So I believe that. I want to say,
if I live 3 years with it, I'd be happy as a motherfucker.
So I'm just thinking, at the end of, I don't know how much debt y'all in, but I think it's like $208,000 a year. Am I correct? It's $208,000 a year. So I'm thinking that $208,000 that can get you out of. They celebrating and ain't got no damn. What the hell? They over there celebrating like they got $4,000 coming in next week.
It's this. The motherfucker go past that bitch like the dude with the cowboy hat on and shit.
Oh Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Cocktail Social. This is the Cocktail. Joining us. This is the adult happy hour. And as you can see, we are well into the mix. Look at her. Oh Lord. Woo, y'all! I needed that. This is going to be.
I gotta say.
Is anybody going to see Ma Rainey's Black Bottom?
I'm gonna watch it on. I'm watching it on. What is it?
I'm gonna have to watch
Netflix, right? It's on Netflix.
I didn't even count the daggone cookies.
So yeah, I'm going to see that tonight.
Where you going to see it in?
You know what? I don't know. Michelle is coming to pick me up,
I'm sorry.
and so she.
It's a Netflix movie.
Wait a minute, you're going to see what?
It's showing. It's in the movies.
What you want to see?
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Y'all ain't gonna get me in the movies for a long time.
Never heard of it.
An outbreak.
Fuck no. Heck no. If I go to the movies, I'm coming with my own goddamn spray alcohol, clean disinfectants and shit, and I'm spraying my own shit
looking like I'm going. Y'all remember the motherfuckers in ET? They came in the house. That's gonna be
with the bio suit on,
with the
fucking glass in the front of that bitch. That's what I look. Their motherfucking ass look like a plastic beekeeper out that motherfucker. Got a fucking windshield in the front of that bitch with a wiper on that motherfucker. Like fuck no, I ain't fucking with none of y'all ass.
Y'all,
that shit got air conditioning and heat on the inside, my motherfucking wiper.
If you come to first of all, if you came to my house with that damn hot ass suit on, you stand outside.
Oh no, my shit climate control on the inside.
You got a fan.
Yeah.
And you just sitting there, all you hear is a hum.
Just look, you know how them little inflatable Santa Clauses be in front of the house? That shit got that shit on the inside of that motherfucker. I'm in that bitch.
Gonna come in there looking like Missy Elliott. You gonna come in there looking like
you see me looking like one of them motherfuckers advertising on Friday the car wash out that bitch.
Well, funny thing is, I saw a helmet that they had online, and it looked like one of those welding helmets that they had, and they had like a vent in the back. And it's like it went over your shoulders. It looked like something from a sci-fi show.
Hey, Crispy, which way did they go?
Went that way.
Ladies and gentlemen,
my head hurt.
You fucking fan blowing in that bitch up in that motherfucker with the windshield wiper. The fuck?
Well. And I am and Stella going out on the town today. And so we're going to see this in the movie theater. And it's going to be exciting and fun for us.
Well, just know that ain't none of our asses coming around your ass for at least 2 weeks.
That's fine. I'm still going to have enjoy myself.
He said, I'm going to enjoy.
I'm going to enjoy.
We're probably going to be the only ones in there.
Right, because everybody's scared.
More for me.
They closed down Center Bistro. It's gone.
Yeah, they
oh, shit.
Well, I knew that was going on.
It's going to be a lot of shit missing because, what's his name? Brandon Scott said that all the shit was shutting down at 5 o'clock.
All the restaurants.
Yeah, restaurants and stuff got to close at 5. So, like, any of those little mom and pop shops.
Well, it makes sense because when they was on the contact tracing, it wasn't coming from Walmart. It was coming from the damn bars and restaurants. I mean, real shit, a restaurant kind of filthy if you really think about it.
Yeah, it is. It's moist and it's food and people open their mouths and talking and laughing and.
Ew, I hate that word. You said it's moist.
Moist. Everything in that bitch moist.
You ever go in a restaurant and they wipe down everything with that mildew rag and the whole
thing? Look, that's the fucking bar rag. That's just like
the whole
like
restaurant smell like a dirt. You just walk in there, don't even want to eat it. And you know that rag is old,
rag dirty
and gray. It's a dirty rag.
So
this thing got a slime on it.
So
Or they
think
left the
about
mop
think
in
about how
the
many bars
bucket too
that you
long.
drunk from that had that mildew rag.
I know, and they wipe
Yeah.
out the cup.
So I'm
Film on
gonna
it.
say
Oh,
this.
God.
I'm gonna say this.
It's like a frosted glass when they finish cleaning it.
You wonder why you got diarrhea all the time when you're
Exactly.
constipated all the time. You got more probiotics in your gut than you supposed to have. They in there warring with each other. It looked like
Hey, nigga, what you
that
doing?
movie. What's that movie? Glory. It looked like Glory in there.
The Confederates in that motherfucker getting it in.
That's right. The Confederates, and look, they wore gray like the
The
rag.
Yankees. They were
Like the
motherfucking
rag. It's
Yankees.
a conspiracy. The gray clothes with the gray rag.
Mm-hmm. Ew.
You sitting there, I got a headache. I bet you do. You got mold growing up
Right.
the spine.
Well,
I look like a tea tree dish in that bitch.
Why my shit always green?
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Don't eat no goddamn, don't eat no crunch berries,
y'all
motherfucker.
are so hilarious.
Got strawberry
Come
in
out
your damn
marble.
gut system.
That motherfucker gonna be marble with dye in that bitch. She look like a tie-dye turd in that motherfucker. Oh no. Oh God. No.
Well, we're back on shit, and so seems like that. We
You gotta
always
have at least one shit call a week.
Gotta go got something at some point.
Got to go
it
gutter.
always goes to shit.
Goes to shit.
Yes. Before we close, I want to use your. What was the question that you posted, Christy?
Is it really all fair in love and war?
No.
I think it is. The quote is all's fair in love and war, meaning I can do whatever the fuck I want to you
in order to get love or war.
Or war, right?
Exactly. So,
sadly, it is all fair because people do some wild shit to people.
For love. Shit.
I had a chick do something real mean just to think because she was gonna keep me.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, no, Lord. War.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Because it's damn sure a thin line.
My very life
today. Somebody else. Yeah. It's going to fuck down.
So you say it's all fair in love and war.
From the looks of it is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't think so. I'm gonna say
depends.
No.
It depends. It depends.
People did some dirty shit to keep somebody or to get somebody.
Yeah. I mean, if my thing is, it's fair if I don't manipulate it to happen. So if it happens,
right. We said, is it fair?
What?
Never said if it was right. Is it fair?
I mean, it's fair because it's love or war. I mean, shit. I mean, what's more powerful than that? Love and war. That's shit. Ain't two sides of the same goddamn coin. Shit.
Oh, no front line.
Shit, I say
only
shit.
in love and war. Only
Wait a minute.
in love and war.
Let me tell you, first of all, that peanut butter whiskey
I know.
is in there. Look, and let me tell you something. Keaton started singing and shooting with it.
That motherfucker
Got a nice gloss.
You know
he got a nice gloss over his forehead. He got a nice
golden glow.
He got a nice heat to that thing. Okay, guys. I'm trying to be where you is in a few more minutes.
You said in 2, 3, 4, and we're off.
In a few more minutes, I'm gonna be right there.
Hey, that shit's funny as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Only in love and war.
Well, it is, as always, been a wonderful time with you all, socialites. But I have to let you know that we've come to the end.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's the end.
Are you saying that's the end, or are we really being said told it's the end because you just trying to go out and?
Yeah, because he do have a habit of doing that.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's a little bit. It's a little bit of column A.
Okay, well then
Column
whatever.
B.
I mean,
It's a little
shit.
bit of column.
If you gonna leave
No.
us, just go ahead and leave us. You ain't got to try to sugarcoat shit for us. We can accept it for what it is. Motherfucker really shook up for what it is.
Who got this song? Somebody got a song. Oh,
Somebody in love.
I'm about to say somebody posting putting that. Is that Tamar? Oh no.
Look, that's what this shit. Everybody hold their head down. Let us pray.
Oh.
Let us pray.
If you're tuning in, this is the Cocktail Social. I'm your host, Blue Waters. These are my socialites. This is Be Exposed Radio, and we do this every Friday at 7 p.m. Grab your cocktails. Join us next week when we'll be doing another Cocktail Social Hour. Until then, bye-bye. Say goodbye, y'all.
Y'all.
Y'all dumb as shit.